McGraw-Hill Professional presents The Hybrid Sales Channel: How to Ignite Growth by Bridging the Gap Between Direct and Indirect Sales. Written by Rich Blakeman. Narrated by Gary Regal. Forward. Why this? Why now? When Rich came to me to share the concepts of this book and asked me to write the foreword, I was about 3 months into my new role as the leader of MHI Global. I had a lot on my mind at the time, bringing together some of the world's greatest brands in our industry in order to serve our clients better and help them sell more profitably. The very first questions we engaged on were just these: why this? Why now? It wasn't a very long conversation. Just as, so I'm told, it wasn't a very long conversation between Rich and the editorial staff at McGraw-Hill when he presented the book concept to them originally, maybe the shortest sales cycle of his career. There has been an absolute shift in our profession, the profession of sales. We've stopped talking about ourselves, how we sell, how we pitch, how we close, and we have moved the entire conversation to being about the customer. If you know nothing else about our MHI Global team, know that our most important belief is this: the most important decision we make as salespeople, managers, and leaders is how to connect with our customers. We have layers and years of research that back up the fact that the companies that do this best and most often win more and more profitably. Hopefully, this isn't new news to you, even if it isn't yet at the top of your strategic sales initiatives. How does this play into my 2 questions? Simple. With the shift in our profession comes one irrefutable truth. We can decide all we'd like about how we want to sell, but in the end, the customer is going to decide how they want to buy. I can't state the case for this book more simply than that. Customers are deciding every day that our traditional sales models do not suit them. They don't care why we separate direct from indirect sales to fit our own cost economics, and they don't like it when we try to tell them how we want them to buy from us. That truth is driving a higher and higher percentage of customer spending through partners and less through our historically esteemed and deeply qualified direct sales channels. We have to adapt to the market and do it quickly, each in our own way based on the markets and customers we serve. And we have to do it now. Why now? 2 simple reasons. 1, if you don't, someone else already is. And 2, growth in every one of our companies is no longer an option. It's required. Not creating growth makes for a very short shelf life as a sales leader. The notion of a hybrid sales channel is not new. Companies have had some version of hybrid territories or market coverage in place for years. Territory sales professionals have forged relationships with their distributors, resellers, agents, or other business partners and worked in some form of teaming fashion or another. What I've seen, however, is a high degree of variation in design, execution, and results. This is another set of characteristics that leads to a short shelf life. Why this and why now? We know that we can no longer get by on talent alone. A scalable, consistent selling methodology is everything. Market conditions are causing us to morph to a hybrid approach, yet a formal model didn't exist until the hybrid sales channel. We know that customers are looking for perspective, not a pitch. In order to provide perspective, we have to make sure that we have the right people aligned with the right customers in the buying process. These sales professionals bring the necessary perspective to influence how this group of people will make this decision this time. To do this right in today's conditions will almost always require one form of a hybrid sales channel or another. We know that the best are always looking for ways to improve.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?